Here we are again. Well, the last session, we've done some recap on branches, but there is now one more thing left, which is conflict. So we will get through the conflicts today. And thank you, Tyson, for this intro musics. And it was really enjoyable. I really don't want to interrupt that, so I waited for the music stop. It's a nice one. Okay. Right. So how have you been? Last time I've seen you. All right. Okay. So how about the merge conflicts? Okay. That happens when two people edit the same line, not same file. This slide says same file, but when they edit the same line in the same file. So that happens because they are in their branch. If you look at here, so there are two branches here. So you're working on your branch and somebody else like John in the previous example is working on his branch, and they have changed the exactly same line at the same time. When you merge it, then it will bring out a conflict. But it's so easy to solve it, really, believe me. It's not too hard. So we will now do that conflict in our scenario. So here is the one that we practiced before. What happened before was you were going on your own branch with your resume, and then you let John hand the files to the John, and then he makes his edit. You merge back, you made your edit, and then John merged your master branch, and then he done his edit, and then you merge back and you continue editing. That's fine. However, when you edit at the same time, simultaneously, so we will now demonstrate it. Okay, so it's our fifth or sixth commit. Let's check. Let's see which commit is that. So let's get back to our terminal and a little bit bigger and see how many commits we have so far. Every time it's good to check the Git status to see what we've done so far. So let's just clear first, and now Git log to see the logs. Well, I can see all, right? You can make it a little bigger to see much lines, but yeah. So as far as we, okay, so here is it, I believe. Can I just clear once again? Yeah, Git log, because it just showed me, refine some details. Okay, that's our commit, the last commit we've done before we got a break. Refine some details, 1, 2, 3, 4, just enter. So almost we have 6 or 7. I couldn't count. Shall we count again? Okay, this is 1, this is 2, 3, 4. This is 5. This is 6. Yeah, 6 commit now. We have 6 commits so far. Yeah, that's it. So we have 6 commits so far. This time, let master, the master branch is yours. Let you change a few things, and then let John merge your updates to his branch. But after the merge, you and him also make changes at the same line. Let's see what happens and how we can fix the conflict. First, you're on your branch, and you, first of all, make changes on the file. Like, for example, John is asking you to add something here, some experiences here. John is asking you to add some country, city, major here, so far. Okay, so let's try this. Let's zoom in. Okay. All right. So, well, this time, let you make some changes here. So like, I think we got an example like bootcamp. So you go to a bootcamp, so you can add this bootcamp as an experience. Okay, so you can say that Clarusway. Okay, Clarusway bootcamp IT fundamentals. Okay, this is what you do. You make your change, and the city and country. Let's add some city and country. Some education in New York, USA, and then the major is, let's say, business management. Okay, save it. And this is your change. Nothing happened, just you made your own changes, okay? So what was the conflict? The conflict is when you both make changes in the same line, not the same file, same line. So this is your changes you made. That's fine. We are not going to make any conflict right now. Just save it, file, save it, and close it. This time, let's let you hand over this to the John again. So first git add all, then git commit with message, provide details John asked for. Now let's John merge this to his branch. So that is now the 7th commit, right? This was the 7th commit you done. And now okay, let's just connect this to here. John is now going to merge it to his branch. Let's do that. So the for John, let's git checkout to the John's branch. We can't do anything because we didn't say John. Okay, git checkout John. Let's go to John's branch. Now we are on the John's branch. Right now we are here. We have no commit. Let's make a commit. So John is opening the file and then just looking for the reviews. Okay, let's see. Oh, wait. Interestingly, John doesn't see the changes you made. You made a change on an experience. You made a change in the city and major, but it's not here. Why? Why do you think it's not here? Now, Hilal is typing. We didn't merge it from master yet. Yes, we are now the John's branch, but we didn't merge it. So yeah, let's merge it. Okay, I'm just saying the answer, so that's why I'm just laughing. It's really nice, clever answers. Okay, so let's go. Git merge master. So these are the latest changes in the master, because master is ahead and then my branch is just before. So that's why I just want to merge it to my branch. So git merge master, that's it. I'm merging master to John. Now it's done. Let's close this. In Visual Studio, you don't have to close it, but here we need to close and open it. Okay. There it is. Okay. So this time, let's make John do the same change with you. Okay, with you. You and John make change in the same line. So let's pick a place, first of all, to change. Okay. Clarusway Bootcamp IT Fundamentals. Okay. So John is asking you what year, because year and also even the month and year, month and year is important. John is changing this. Okay, John changed this line. Remember, it's the experience. John made the change here. Save it. For him, everything looks okay, but he just wanted to make sure that what month and month year. It's like chatting, right? They are chatting. Okay, so close this. Because he made a change, we need to git add. So John has to git add all, git commit message year, and let's say month. Okay, ask for, let's make a good sentence. Ask for month, year for bootcamp. Okay, so that is the John's commit. John made his commit. Okay, but wait, before we merge, so let's say the John has his own commit now, which is J3 merged, and also J3. So John's third commit. So that's it. So we just merge it. Okay, here it is. Before we merge it, now let's go to the master, git checkout master. Meanwhile, you also decided to change the same line before you merge John's changes. Look what will happen. Okay. Clarusway, let's say IT bootcamp. You made your change in the same line, okay? It is the same line, isn't it? There's no year that John is asking from you. That's your version, not John's version yet. We didn't merge from John. John made the change. You also made your change. Let's save it. And also git add all and git commit. Again, just the missing part. You edit the same line. That's the trick. You don't have to do exactly the same thing I do. Just get the main idea. You and John has changed the same line. Finished. Okay. And you can make any change you want. You can even just put full stop. Okay. All right. Now you are committing too. Before we commit, we merge it and we do commits, right? But this time, John made his change. You are now making your own change on your own branch. So let's say update the bootcamp experience title. Bootcamp experience title. Look what happened. When you just commit, you commit. So this happened. So M8. John 3 is still John 3. Let's say it's somewhere here now. I'll just put side by side. Okay, but again, you made a commit too. John make the change in the same file, and you make exactly the same change. That now you're going to merge it somewhere here. Again, before you never done any commit before you merge it. So you merge, you make your commit. But this time, before you merge, you made also your commit exactly the same line with John. So now we are going to merge it here. Let's see what will happen. Okay, clear. Okay, let's see the Git status first. What do I have? I have nothing to commit. Everything is clear. So let's check the Git log. Okay, in the Git log, I provide the details that John asked for. I also update the bootcamp experience title. However, not yet a merge from the Johns. John also has changed on his branch. Okay, this time I'm going to merge it from John. I will do this one. Let's demonstrate it first. I'm going to merge his change to my, okay, this one. I'm going to merge it to here. I make the changes in the same line. Okay. If now I didn't do this, now I am doing it. Okay, I'm doing the merge. Look what will happen. So this is going to be the merge now. There's a question mark there. What will happen? I believe that there will be a conflict there because same line has been changed by both people. So git merge John. Are you ready for the conflict? I wish every conflict would be this much easy. Enter. Ooh, conflict on the resume, and you have to fix it before you commit it. So right now, before you made the commit, there is nothing committed yet. You have to fix it. Then you will continue add and commit workflow again. Okay, so now, all right, so that's how can I know there's a conflict? First, the Git is warning you. Second, you should open the file and see some extra different lines you haven't seen before. What are they? They are this, this, and this. Okay. So this area has a conflict. It shows in arrows. Okay. Head means yours. Of course, Jones is Jones. So this says it's the Jones. This says it's yours. What you will do is so simple. Decide which change is the correct one. Is this change the correct one, or is your change will be the correct one? You decide it. Then delete the rest of it. That's all. For example, he was asking the month year from you. Okay, you know that you should add a month, a year for this bootcamp. That's it. So you can make it first. Well, let's do this before. The John was asking a month, year for you, but you didn't merge it before you commit this IT bootcamp there. So only change here is the IT from your side, and he's asking a month, year from you. Okay, just clear observation. You can do that. You will keep this, but of course, providing what John is asking to you. It doesn't matter if anybody asks you to do anything, but just make your changes. Okay, so let's say 0, 2, and 21. Okay, now the rest, let's remove. We remove this with this arrow. Nothing should be left from arrow. No equal signs, also remove them. So this change is not my change. It's John's change. I will remove the John's change, remove it. And also this one, remove it. Okay, that's it. This is how we fix the conflicts. All right, Hisham, we can check your screen after this. Yeah, we remove the conflict, we fix it, then we will save it. This is the important after the conflict. When you are conflict, it's not merged. It's just the conflict and it just waits there. So like this, it's a question mark. What will you do? GitHub is expecting some changes from you. When you are done your changes, save your file as you always do. Close it, git add and git commit. This time you will commit, you will merge. The auto merge didn't work for you, like it says. It was trying to auto merge, but then there's a conflict, so it's not merged. You made your change, so you check status. Look, you have a change. It's not merged. So what you will do, you will git add all again, as always we do, and git commit. But this time, I'm going to commit with merge message because I merged it and it was a conflict. So merge John's branch. You can again add any comment here, up to you. But just to make it clear, because I just merged, then I put this explanation there. You may have, there is a good question from Leila. You may have multi-conflicts in multi-lines if you change multiple lines at a time. What you will do, you decide which one to use, yours or theirs. And when you decide yours, you can even update. It's all up to you. That happens, actually, yeah, you have to decide, you have to know that project because we know what we are doing. It's just a resume. And then we know who is the owner of the resume, is you. So you can decide, not John, but you can decide. In the big development environment, the project owners decide actually, not project owners, project managers decide what change to accept, because they know whatever you are doing. They know how to code. They know everything about what you're doing. So they know whole the project. You know your own branch. You know all your free feature, but they know whole features. So they know what to accept, what you actually. They don't fix your merge. They let you back. They send the back to you. You fix your merge and then get back. Send or send your changes to the main idea. And I believe today we will do practice that one. I hope. So that's now we fixed. We after the fix we add and we now committing it. That's important again. After you fix the merge, you have to git add, git merge, git commit again. Now it's successfully merged. Okay. That was conflict. All right, so that was the conflict. Now it's, I believe, the 9th commit has been fixed. The conflict is fixed, and then everything is done. There might not be a conflict if that guy, if this two guy edited the different lines in the same file, there was no conflict. But because it's the same line, it has a conflict. So you can edit in the same file, no worries. You can do the changes. That was the problem. All right, so that was basically a conflict. Yes, let's talk about GitHub and how can we now work with GitHub, like how we store it. Okay, first of all, the main idea, Git and GitHub, is totally different stuff. Git is the name of the system, is the name of the version controlling system. GitHub is the web service, or you can say website, that gives you a service to store your codes, store your repo in GitHub. That's it. GitHub is a website, provide you a service, let you store your repo in their computers. The Git is just the version, it's the name of the version controlling system. So knowing Git in GitHub is different. All right. So now, before we continue from this point on, we need a GitHub account. So,
Mr. Jamil.
Yes, please.
Yeah,
I just sent a poll. I just sent a poll. Can you really just give me a thumbs up and thumbs on in the poll, not in the message? Yes, please.
Yes, I'm still stuck in an this says merging and it stopped.
Okay, let me stop sharing my screen. Let everybody just think about if they have a GitHub account or not. If you don't, please just sign up a GitHub account. Let me show you real quick if you don't have a GitHub account before. So what we will do, we will go to the GitHub website, github.com. And then after we have this, so we will just click sign up, and then we will create a GitHub account here. You will enter your email, continue, your password, continue, and I think it's just that simple. So while the people who doesn't have a GitHub account, if you don't, because there's just only 13, 14, 16 people is just answered. We have 36 people, 20 more needs to be answered. So while if anybody doesn't have, just opening their accounts. So let's see your screen. Okay. Yes, you got a conflict here. How do I know it's a conflict? It's a, okay, all right. What? Okay. Well, here, as you see, it says John resume and merging, which means there's a conflict. Hisham.
Yes, I'm with you.
That is exactly the same thing we have just faced. But the thing is, I didn't have the merging beside the John resume, but you have. And most of the Git bash users, I think they have this. That John resume and pipe, okay. Do you understand? So there is a John resume branch and there's a pipe. It's just a straight line, a pipe, that icon is the pipe. And
Yeah.
the merging, yeah, the capital merging text, saying
Yes.
that you have conflict, you have to fix it. So just say git status and you will see a red file showing that you have to. Oh, it's not. You have modified it already. Okay. So you fixed the conflict then.
Yes, but it still give this John resume and merging.
Because
I
you
don't know
didn't
why.
commit. You added, it's green, but it says that you have to commit. Only one line just left is git commit,
Git
commit, message, M, and your message, merge John resume or something. How about, but string, we need quotation marks.
Yeah.
If you don't put that, the Linux will think that it's just separate codes. That's it. Now it's gone.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, git add and git commit. You have to do this too.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
No more conflict.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. It seems that I don't see any thumbs down, or people doesn't want to just thumbs down, maybe.
Sir, actually, we were asked to create our GitHub usernames and stuff to fill in the form just Mina shared. So it might be that we all have.
All right, but didn't get response. So 20 people is with us. The rest of 19 is not listening. Is that the result? So that's the result. Okay. Anyway, no worries. Let's continue. So if you do have, okay, let's check the slide first. What it's saying to us. Okay. Yeah, it's great. If you don't have, just sign up. Anyway, so now the GitHub is one website, but we have more websites like Bitbucket or GitLab. GitLab is getting more popular now. Actually, previously GitHub wasn't free. Sorry, the GitHub was not free. If you want to continue with a GitHub to have a private repo, which you don't want to share your codes with any people, you just want to keep your codes private, you should pay for GitHub. But then Microsoft is just took over the rights from GitHub and actually bought GitHub, the Microsoft. Then they made the GitHub free. So you can create, I don't know the limit, but you can create as much as private repository you want, I believe. Yeah. So now, but before the GitHub was not free, then the people would go to Bitbucket or GitLab because they have free versions as well. So that was the thing. But then finally, when the GitHub makes the things free, many people just come back here to use it. Yeah, the most popular one is the GitHub. They do almost same thing, actually. They host your repository. But again, that's the practice. The GitHub is the first website they just come up, I believe. Maybe not the first one, but the first successful startup, I guess. So it was popular. So then many people get stuck with it. Even if you are just applying a job, they're asking your GitHub repo, not the Bitbucket or GitLab. So, but again, doesn't really matter. You can go and sign up to other websites like Bitbucket and GitLab. You decide yourself. So you can check out which one you really like, then go for it. Doesn't really matter. But almost everything is very, very same. So, well, yeah, you can even see that how many followers are using this. There are too many people. But again, GitLab is getting more popular, actually. All right. So how this stuff working then? Until now, we were all working on our own machine. So we call it local repo. Yes, we all work on locally. But this time, again, like with John's example, John cannot receive that files because it's your own computer. You have to push it to somewhere we will call origin, but basically we call it remote. Okay, so this is the local, our computer, and we will call GitHub remote repo. So you should put somewhere in remote, then they can pull it to their local computer, as you can see in this image, then make their change. After the commit, they push their codes to the remote repository, and then you can again pull all the changes and make your own change on merge and everything else. That's now possible. Only thing is you will have one copy in GitHub as well. So everybody that you shared with can access that. That was the difference. All other Git command is same, but today we will learn a few more things like clone, fetch, merge, pull, and push. So these are the new commands, the Git commands that we will be practicing with GitHub. All right. So the first of all, there are two ways to connecting a repo. The one, so again, I'm going to here and I'll explain in demonstration. Okay. Let's say this is remote repo. So this is your remote repository. And let's say, because I will demonstrate two different ways, so I will just make it two. So this is the one way on the left. So, oops. Okay, so let's say this is your remote repository on GitHub. And this is your local repository on your computer. Okay. So we have two ways. So this is the one way, exactly the same thing on the right. So this is the second way I'll explain. In the first way, you created your repo in the remote first. Let's say, let's just find a nice repository image here. Actually, that is not exactly this one. Should be. It should be something like database. Entity relation? No, it's not entity relation. Well, the flowchart, the arrows, there's no stating the database sign. I can't see. Okay, no worries. So I can't see that. All right, I don't see that. Well, what I will do, let's say this is your repo in the remote. Okay, so that's your repo. You create your repo in the remote first, then you pull that to your local. So that's the one way you can work with. So on your local, oops. Come on, just go back. So there's a remote. Okay. The one way you can just create your repo on remote, then pull it to your computer. That's one way. Or you already have a repo like we did, John, and your resume example. You already have one, and then you push it to the remote. Okay. The first one is quite easy. The second one, we need some extra steps to make it work. So I hope that's clear. In this first way, you created your repo in GitHub first, then just clone it to your computer, or we can say pull it to your computer, then continue working, then push. That's easy. But sometimes you started on your computer, then you decided to push the GitHub, like we did in the beginning. So that's the second way. But this has a little bit configuration, not too much. So I will now demonstrate this one first. Okay. The second one is easy. Again, if you forgot to create a remote repo first, no worries. That's the way most people is working. Okay. That's the most people. All right. So let's do that. In our presentation says, before we do anything else, like in our computers, we need to know which remote repo that you are going to push your codes or push your chains into. Well, to know that, let's log into our GitHub. Let's just sign in and just put your username and password. Now I think I'm going to have, I'm just logging in. So you see my screen is paused. Not the same password. Copy the password. Okay, now I logged in. All right, nice. I logged in. I have nothing except this one. It's an empty repo. Empty account, sorry. No repo existing yet. So we will be starting a new project. All right. Okay. Another poll. Are you ready? Just logged in. Ready for the next? Okay, almost everybody's already logged in. Beautiful. But maybe not the others, so just waiting for them. Because in the previous response, I have 22 response. So right now I have 14 response, 15 response. Well, they're just entering and I'm waiting for you. I'll be back in just 5 seconds. Oh, actually, it's almost time, yes? Yeah, so before we go to break, then before we have a break, let's create a empty repo here and let's link this repo to our local resume repo. Okay, easy. All right, first again we need a repo. Okay, in this image the scenario we are following is this. I have a resume project on my local, not in my remote. The first step here, I need to create a repo here in my GitHub account. So I can click new here. That's the one way. You can click a start project, or you can click start. So this plus icon in the new repository is all up to you, but you know, this is the simplest way. So click new button, and it will just open up a new page with your username and asking your repo name. You can add any repo name here. My project was the resume, so I just put in resume. You can add a description, or it's optional. You can leave it blank. You have two choices. One, do you want it to be public so everybody can see? Are you planning to share with someone? You can still share with someone when it's private, but let's say you are working on an open source project. You want anybody can join you and contribute together to the project. Is it open to everyone? Select public. If it is just yourself, keep it private. You can choose both. It doesn't have to be the same name with the folder. The thing is your repository name. Whatever you like, just name it. That's up to you. Doesn't give any error. Just keep any name you want. All right, so you can make it public, you can make it private. Up to you. I'm not going to add anything here. I don't select any of them. Just I will create the repository. We don't need to really. Just click create repository. Name, select which way you want, the public or private, and create the repository. I currently wanted to keep it private myself, so nobody can reach it. So that's just for me. Okay, so let's create the repo. Done. All right, so I have my first repo ever.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, please.
If you have a previous repo you have created for practice, how do we delete those?
Okay. Mine first. Mine.
When I created my first repo at
Yep.
the beginning, I mean, before this class, when we received this form from the Clarusway, I wanted it to be private too, but however, the create repository button was inactive. When we say public, then it becomes active. I don't know if the Clarusway did something.
No,
So why I
that might be a restriction on GitHub, because I'm not sure now. Let me try once, okay? But if it is public, if you can create it, no worries. Just select public and then make it. That's not because the Clarusway. That might be the GitHub. One cannot, maybe in GitHub you cannot create second private project, maybe, not sure. Let's try. Go to the beginning. Try to create a new repo. And this time give a name. Make it private. No, it lets me do it. How many repo you have?
I just have one.
That might be that okay. So look, I can still create the repo.
I will try again and I will see.
Yeah, if you are you a new user or just old users?
No, I'm new.
Okay, interesting. Because in old times there's only one private repo you could create it. Then you can't create any other private repo anyway. Yeah, so that's it. So Semi, now I can. Yeah, Mina was asking question while you start asking, so that why I let Mina speak first. Yes, Semi. How can we delete? Okay, as far as I remember your question, how can we delete a existing repo? Well, that's another question. Well, you have a repo, you made a mistake, you want to delete it. That's fine. After you open your, well, let's get back to the home, or you can click this cat icon. So to see your repositories here, go to your resume first, and then go to the settings. Inside the settings, just down below, in the danger zone, there is delete this repository button.
How did you get there? One more time.
All right. So first, let's click that icon on the.
Yeah, I'm on the cat.
So then click your repo that you want to delete.
Okay.
Sorry, Hussein, it's not cat, it's octopus, it says. All right. Thank you. And then, all right, and then just click settings here.
Okay.
And just go down below.
Delete. Okay.
And delete this repo. Of course, they have to make this more difficult for you. So then you have to type this, or you just copy paste this to here, and then you just delete it.
Got it. Thank you.
All right. Yeah, let's just write GitHub here. And not this one. I don't want to go to the website. I just want to search GitHub. Oh yeah, we got it. Yeah, it's octopus. Okay, it looks like a cat with this. How do you explain this, Hussein? That stuff. Cat octopus. Catoptus. I don't know. So what I see here, not the arms, just like a cat, but in the whole picture, it has arms. But those are octopus, half cat. Okay. All right. So now this is empty repo. Again, let's get back to this draw.io. Now let's make a call of this. Yes, please.
Excuse me. Why did we delete?
We didn't delete.
What?
Semi was asking.
No, it was my old repo. I deleted. That's all.
Okay.
It wasn't
It was the Semi's question. It's still there. Look, I didn't delete. Just now, if you want to delete, then there's the way. So you is, and you can go to settings and just go down there at the bottom, just delete repos if you want. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, but we didn't delete. Yeah, sorry for the confusion. Okay. Well, now this green is your repo, but now I've just created a repo with empty call. So there's nothing in there. So I created my repo now in the remote in the GitHub. The next thing, I have to link between these two. My local computer doesn't know where is my remote. My remote doesn't know where is my local. Actually, remote doesn't really care about my local, but in my local computer, I know I have to know the route or the link that I want to push my codes to. I know it's GitHub, but which repo? So we need to know that. Well, in GitHub, when you create your file first time, it gives you some trick, like git init. Oh, okay, so you go to your computer, create a folder, write a git init, git add, git commit, git branch. We already done this before, so we really don't need to know or do the things that is mentioned here. But if you have an existing repo, do this, that, and this. Only 3 lines we can run to push there. So which is the first code? And the first time when I learned GitHub, I couldn't memorize this command here. It's just git remote add origin. It's the first time, it's hard to memorize actually. So I always create a new repo and see this from here. So this is the link to my GitHub repo. Okay, so that's the GitHub, my username and my repo name. So I will need this link, git remote add origin and this. Okay, look at here again, git remote add origin repo address. That's it. Okay, so this is how we will do. This is your repo address, by the way. It's automatically included here, so you don't have to worry about this. Oh, wait, we need to have a break, right? Sorry, I forgot that. So don't worry, I'll just extend the break then. Okay, give me 3 more minutes. We will just run this command, okay, copy, and in our iTerm, make sure that you are on your folder, in the correct project folder, in your resume folder, you're on the master, that's all fine. What you will just do is paste whatever you copied from. So copy. Okay, here is the terminal again. Copy and paste, git remote add origin this.
So I'm on John's. Should I get on Masters?
Master is better, yes. Go to the master, go and check out to the master is better. And then enter. This time, now we have a remote. I've linked my branch with the GitHub automatically. It's all done with just single line. That's it. Let's give a break. So I will explain this to you later. Okay. Again, 15 minutes. So which means 10 past your time. We will be back, okay? All right. So let's get back to here. All right. Well, this time we just linked. Now that's easy. Just only one single line with a blank, with an empty repository we just created. With just single line, we have now linked our repo, our local repo with the remote now. Okay. So the next up, we are going to push all the changes to the remote. However, before we come to that point, there are several changes we need to look at. One, I also get a question from Perrine. Perrine, do you hear me? So I also get a question from Perrine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the GitHub actually is requesting you to switch a main branch instead of master. There is really an idea behind this actually. since the Git released the very first version, the top branch we called was master. We were all on the master, but interestingly, they have changed their master and replaced with main.
Okay.
Instead of master, they prefer to continue with the main. Actually, there is a reason behind it. We can ask Google why GitHub master to main. Somebody asked already. GitHub took action based to the conservancy suggestion and moved away from the term master. Then they said, we support and encourage projects to switch to branch names that are meaningful and inclusive, and we'll be adding features to Git to make it even easier to use different blah, 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 blah. Just continue. Anyway, if you just really wonder why it's not master but main, so I'll just copy the link for you so you can check out.
Okay, so thank you. I just wanted to know if it's the same or if I was wrong.
No, it's all fine. Just
Okay.
instead of master, it's main branch. That's all fine.
Okay, so
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. If anybody just wonder that why is not master, just I'll share the link with you in the class chat. Maybe somebody did already. You're faster than me. No, nobody. Okay. All right. Okay, yeah, the parents question. Okay. All right. All right. Well, okay, so this time, instead of keeping our codes in the master, let's just switch to the main. Let's create a new branch main, continue over main. So the master will be replaced with the main. Okay, so you can do that, or you don't. That's all up to you. But maybe you might have an error because of that stuff. Not really sure. I think many of you is having, I think I've got several messages having a push errors. That might be because of that main or master. So maybe because of its master, but they're expecting a main. That might be the issue. I don't really have an exact idea, but could be. Well, so this case, let's switch to main branch. Okay, so let's just use this copy, simply copy, and let's go to our iterm. We are on master. As like we can branch any names like John we did, but this time for the main instead of master, so we can continue with the main branch. That's it. That's GitHub asking us to do. Okay, not this one. Again, it didn't copy well. Sometimes it happens. I need to copy 2 times. Okay. Now, git branch -m main. I am creating a new branch actually, and also checked in to the main. Okay, no master, just main. Let's check status. Git status. Okay, everything is clean. Should change, I believe. Did you copy paste exactly the same thing, Serjan? Because it's saying master on. You said master, it should be main. Serjan.
It asked for authentication of the browser, but my browser didn't do anything. It didn't go through.
No. First of all, yeah. Sammy, what did you say? Again, I was looking.
When I did git push -u origin main, after changing master to main, it says please complete authentication in your browser. And I had a token pop up, but I didn't put any token. I said continue with the browser, but the browser didn't do anything.
Let's try. Let's try. I haven't done this step yet.
So actually something has changed on your screen if you turn back your terminal.
What is it? Again? Sorry?
You said that there has been no change in your terminal. There has been because before you added m main, there was master between the parentheses. Now it's main. So it has changed.
Yeah, that's right. I was talking to the Serjan's example.
Ah, all right. Sorry.
Serjan asked that question. Nothing changed. So I was looking this
Because he
out.
wrote master, that's why.
Yeah, that was the master. Yeah, he wrote. So yeah. So now it's main. Actually, now I'm on main, and then now the next step is the push thing. So as like we have in here, git push -u origin master. Wow. So that's our push. What does it mean? Git is just tell that the next comment is a git comment. So git push. Okay, this is the one that I want to push all the changes from my local branch to the remote, but -u as a user, because you are a user. So as a user, you want to push it to the origin. Origin is your remote, actually. While you are adding origin, remember, git remote add origin. Origin is name of your remote repo, okay? So you give the name, you could give another name, you could give some git remote add ABC, but usually we use it origin. So good to stick with the terminology. So you could name it. So if you say ABC here, so you should also use ABC there. But anyway, we will keep origin there. Git push -u origin, which branch? Is it master branch? Is it main branch? Remember, we are no longer in master branch. We are on main branch. Okay. So it says master, but now we are on main branch. Let's do that. Git push -u origin main. That's the branch I want to push to the remote. So until now, that is empty repo. If you refresh, it's just empty repo. But after we push our codes, it should replace with our codes. Let's try. Okay, now I've got error because many of you asked this question to me. Let's figure out why. It's saying that support for password authentication was removed August 13, 2021. Okay. Please use a personal access token instead. Remote. Please see this website for more information. And also the error authentication failed for this. I think many of you have this question. Okay, so let's fix up. Usually, I never use any password authentication. I usually use my SHA key. However, this time is also first time for me. I'm going to fix this together. Yeah. Okay, let's try. Yeah, this website. You shared it. Okay, I should share the link. This also tell me to visit this website. Let's check. All right, it seems that many of you have done. I mean, it's just saying that it's done. Then if anybody hasn't the same thing with me, so I should share the link with us. So let's go to the link that I should shared. So let's go to this link. It's again first time for me as well. Okay. All right, creating a personal access token. You should create a personal access token to use in place of a password within a command line or with the API. Okay, so if you haven't verified your email, do it first. Then go to the settings of the personal account. So we will click this and we will go to settings, not any repo, but our user. Here is this. We will click our icon and then we will go to settings. We will go to developer settings. We will go to personal access tokens. Let's do that. Okay, here, find your icon here. This is my icon. And we'll go to settings. Yes, that's why SSH. I also usually use SSH. But SSH has also other steps to do. So it's always just confusing. No worries. Let's follow up this personal access token. Let's continue with one solution. That's easy. Several solutions available. Let's fix it. And I think many people doesn't have that. So again, just about the answers, I would just see that should you wait? You shouldn't wait. It's asking you your username. Just enter your username for GitHub and hit enter. And I believe it will ask a password. So add your password and hit enter as well. Let's try. But me, it's giving this error. So then let's try this again. Go and find this icon there. Go to settings and the developer settings and personal access tokens. Okay, generate new token. You can give a note for this code. Personal access token functions like ordinary OAuth access tokens. They can be used instead of password for Git or HTTP. Okay, you will not use your personal password, but you will use this code instead of your personal password. So I want to keep no expiration for it. Okay, so no expiration. What is this token for? Well, actually, it's my just, general full access. Because here you can give access to everything you want. So I'm going to give full access. I will select this, select that, this, that. I'm giving full access to this password. I can delete the repo. Okay, nice. Okay, so I give a name, no expiration is a full access. I select everything here, and now I will create this token. All right, that's my token. Should copy now. I should copy this. It's now my password actually. Instead of using my personal password, I'm going to use this password. It's more secure. You can anytime delete your access key, so you can generate a new one. So it's good and it's secure. Okay, so that's it. Once again, go to settings, go to developer settings, and then personal access tokens in here. So you have that, but it doesn't show you again. You should copy and you should note it somewhere. Or you can delete and generate new one. So better I should note it somewhere. Well, okay, I just keep note over here that my GitHub access token. All right. Okay. Well, this is my GitHub access token. Okay, next time, let's try once again. Let's go to the I term. And then let's do this here. Once again, git push dash origin main. Okay, now my username. What was my username? I believe it was Jamil. That's my username. And next, it will ask my password. Yes, it's asking the password. Well, it's hard to remember and type in. So you should copy your password and just paste here, right click, and you can say paste. That's fine, okay? When you paste, actually it doesn't show up anything because you don't want to show your password to anyone. So it's there. How do you know? Hit enter. If it works, it's correct. If it is not, try again. That's it. So
Once I go to settings, I don't see any developer option.
when you go to your settings, okay, the thing is, I believe you didn't go to settings here, did you? Semi. Hello, Semi? Yeah, so Semi, I can't hear you. So Jalil, well, what error did you have actually? It should be okay if you type git push -u origin main. That should be fine. Right. It's okay, but your password is wrong, or your username is wrong. One of them is wrong.
Not wrong, Mr. Jamil. The same problem.
But it says authentication failed. Authentication failed means one of the username or password is wrong.
I try it GitHub sign in. The username and password is true. And try your username and password instead. I write password instead of token.
Yeah, that doesn't work. You should include your token here.
Doesn't work.
So you should note your token in somewhere. Then use your token anytime you want to log in, not your personal password. Is that clear?
No.
As a password, did you put your personal password, your GitHub password?
Yes, this
So it doesn't work. So it doesn't
yeah.
work. So what you need to do is you need to go and take this token. So do you see my screen right now? I think you
Yes,
do.
I can see.
But now, because you close it, you can't get that key again. So you need to generate a new token. You need to save it in somewhere on your computer, maybe your desktop, maybe a notepad. You
Yes,
will
I
use.
save it. This my token.
So then, can you use your token to sign login as a password?
Yes, this same process, but this SCI is same problem.
I don't think so. How about your username? Is it capital, or can you try lowercase?
All of the lowercase.
But in here, I see is capital, the A letter, the beginning.
No, all of the lowercase.
Wait, then. So can you share your screen then? Let's check.
Okay.
Let me just stop my sharing. Okay, here you go. Well,
Okay. Can you see my screen?
yes.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so now in your GitHub, can we check just to make sure that you have your access token is there? So can you go to
Yes.
there in settings, and then developer settings, and then look, wait, can you go back? Can you go back? It seems that you have no personal access. Okay, you have one.
Okay.
Okay, but better to generate a new one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Just allow everything if you want.
Okay. Need my my username. And password.
Yes. Done.
Oh.
So it happens. Sometimes the password is wrong, sometimes the authentication, sometimes there's a space before and after. It depends. It happens.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. Better if you have some issue with the login and logout. I believe you can. I believe you can just delete the token that you created before, and then you can create a new one.
Mr. Jamil,
Yes, Hisham.
yeah, I do all the things, but it's giving me like an error file to push some refs to HT. I don't know why.
Okay, please share your screen and let's have a look.
Okay, sure.
Mr. J. Okay.
Yeah, don't think so, but just keep
Not
in
bad.
a
Okay.
secure place your access token. But when you copy next time, make sure that there's no space before. Well, what next? Up until now, we've been working on local repo just for this part. But now we started with working with the remote repo, not just local. Now we are pushing all the changes to our remote. Again, that's how we push. That's how we pull, actually. But there is a few more comments like fetch, like clone. We haven't used it yet. So the fetch is basically, look at that, git fetch is taking all the changes to your git repo on your local machine, but it's not merging your previous codes. So it means it takes the John's changes, let's say the John make changes in your resume, it takes it, but it doesn't merge. It's just there, but it's not merged. You have to manually merge it after the fetch. But if you say git pull, it fetch it first, then merge it to your current document. So that's why we have to be careful while we are using pull or fetch. If we are sure, like we will not have any merge conflict issues, but even if we have, we can fix it, no worries. So you can try both. What's the difference? Like you can try git fetch, you can try git pull. This both take the file from remote to your computer, but one doesn't affect your current file, the current resume file, but this one doesn't affect your current one if you have changes. So you can manually merge it, but this one pull and merge at the same time. So if you look at here, and also this one, if you pull, it fetch and merge. You already know the merge. Like we merge the Jones changes. So fetch is only fetch. It doesn't merge unless you want. But if you say pull, it fetch and then merge automatically. If you have conflict, then you will have a conflict. You have to fix it like we did before. There's nothing different, just only pull and push. But what about clone? So, yeah. So what about the clone? We know the pull and push, that's it. And also fetch, yes, it's also the taking the changes from the remote. Well, there's one more code, which is clone. So I think we are done with the Git, but let's talk about the clone as well. So that happens when we have an existing repo on our local. So in this case, because, okay, so let me just remove, okay, let's get back to here and go to my resume project. Okay, let's say that I have now moved to another computer, which my resume is not exist there. Let's say it's the Jones computer, okay? Now we just logged into Jones computer. I'm going to delete everything here. Resume, I will delete resume. You can do that, no problem. But if you push to the GitHub, okay? Now it's in the GitHub. My resume branch is my GitHub. I can see which computers, or John now can download to his computer, John, then make changes as a John. Okay, let's try this one. First of all, you should let John to access this link, your resume project. Well, because it's a private, John might have an issue to pull it because John has not right to pull that. So that's why make sure that John has an access to it, so you can do it in the settings. Well, I will not go into that, but just because it's on our project, let's just clone it. If it is a public, you can do that. It doesn't ask you any password. You have a right if it is public, but because it's a private, no one can pull it or clone it as you didn't give any permission. You can give them permission by going to settings if you want to share your private repo. Again, if it is public, you don't have to share because it's public, everybody can access. But if it is private, you should add the person that you should give access to the person who wants to pull that or clone that. So what is clone? Okay, the clone. We know pull, we know push, but what is clone? Okay, the clone happens when I don't have that folder on my computer. So it's our first scenario. There's one. I have my now resume repository in my remote, but not on my local because I deleted, as you see. So I'm now going to my resume repository in GitHub, click the code, and I will just need this link, copy. Okay, that's the first thing. After you get the link, next we will go to iTerm, locate where you want to install or clone this repo. So I want to do it on the desktop. So I will navigate to my desktop folder. When I'm on my desktop, I will just say Git Clone and the project link. That's it. This is basically cloning the project to your local machine. That's it. Anytime you switch your computer, you change your computer, and you need to download it, then that's what we do. Git clone and the link to your repository. Enter. If you have right to do that, it will be on your desktop. So because this repo is ours, then here it is. Now, let's go and enter this resume folder. cd resume. Oops. Look, the Git is automatically there. This is because you clone it with a Git command. And because it's a repo, it's automatically initialized. So you don't have to Git init again because it is from GitHub. You already made it before you sent to GitHub, right? We did it before. So that's why anytime you clone a repo from GitHub, you don't have to initialize it. Plus, you don't have to add origin as well, like git remote add origin. You don't have to do that. It's automatically there as you clone from there. So that is the link to your origin. So it's been automatically added. To check what's my origin address, we will say git remote -v. V for version. So if you say git remote -v, it will show you the link to your GitHub. So that's why you don't need to do that. Only thing you have to do is make your changes. So let's make some changes. Make some changes. Let's zoom in. Okay. All right. You have learned a few more things. Git version controlling. Version control is better. And save your changes. I made my change now. It's my local repo, by the way. I'm changing locally. Okay, now close this as we did before. I save already, so close the file. Check the status, git status. It's there. We need to add and commit. So git add dot. And then git commit message, and then write your message. For example, add a skill. And this time we will push because we have a remote repo. So until we push, it's our own local machine. It's not on GitHub. So we need to push it. Git push. You can just say git push too. That also works fine. Or in longer case, is the git push -u origin main. So you can declare which branch you want to push, where you want to push, and as whom you want to push. But if you don't include them, it will automatically pick up your username, and then it's already pick up that there's only one origin there. So you just follow the origin, and then you already have one branch currently in the main. So it will push the main to there. So, but in the longer way, I prefer the long way, but there's also the short way. It's possible. I believe. Let's try. Yeah, it worked. Pushed. Once I've done, now I can go to my report, which is my GitHub, refresh, click and see if they have Git and version control. Yes, there it is. Last changes has been committed 1 minute ago. There it is. Cemil add as a skill. This is the commit name, commit ID, how long ago, and totally we have all 11 commits. To see all the commits, we can click on it, 11 commits. So we can click on this. We can see all other commits we have done so far in a list. We just push main branch, not John's branch. So that's why we have only the main branch. So what else? We can click each of them to see what we have changed. So for example, this has been removed and this has been added. So we can go back again. So this shows all the commits we have done. This shows the last commit we've done. So that's the last commit. And that shows is again the last commit. And here, if you click that, we can see all other commits. We can select one of them to see the difference from the previous commit. There it is. That was the clone. Cloning any existing repo in the GitHub.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, please.
What does mean git remove -y command?
Git remove -y.
Remote y. Remote.
Okay. What is it again? Git
Remote
remote.
-y. No. V. I'm sorry.
Oh, -v.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
skipping.
All right. So that shows you if you have any origin added or not, like this git remote -v. It shows you which remotes you have, because you have one remote currently. Look, your origin. So when you type git push -u origin main, means you are pushing all your files from this folder and this branch to this link or to this one.
Okay, thank you.
So that's your link. That's when okay. For this case, let me explain a little bit more clear. So let's create a new folder and new folder, of course. So that's my new folder, okay? Let's get back to the desktop and then go to new folder. Now I'm inside the new folder, clear. I'm inside the new folder. It's not a Git repo. Let's create Git init. You don't have to do that. So if you say git remote -v, nothing. If you say git push, it will give an error. There is no remote added. Is that clear now? The git remote -v basically shows if you have linked to any GitHub account or any other Git repo as a remote. So we didn't add any. How do we do that actually? Let me show you. You create a new repo, for example, a sample repo, and you have this, right? This one, git remote add origin this. Let's copy and get back to here and paste it. What origin have you add? This one, right? So you have added this link to the remote, yes? Now let's try this git remote -v again. It's there. Before there was no remote exist, but now it exists as we just added. It basically shows you your remote link. So you can just go and check if you have a remote edit or not.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So that was basically the GitHub.
Hi, this is Peter. Are you able to demo for us the fetch?
Yes, that would be perfect. That would be perfect.
Thanks.
All right. How about the fetch thing works? Like we said, if you pull the changes, it brings in and then merge it automatically. So how can I demo it? Let me just think. Well, maybe I can make some changes. Then I try to pull again. That might work. Maybe no, it doesn't. But in this case, I should work on, because I am on the same computer, it may not be available. But no, it is available. I can do that. Okay. All right. I can do that. I have an idea. First of all, again, now I'm just demonstrating the fetch. Okay. That was the pull. And let me show you the difference between fetch and pull. So we know clone. Let's just take all the copy from remote and bring into the local. Okay. Pull, it pulls any changes from there. That's fine. So let's talk about clone. We know the push is the pushing our local to the remote. That's also fine. But now fetch. We know the merge, but let's talk about fetch. So I'm going to remove everything. All right, I have an idea to demonstrate it. I will remove everything. Okay, instead, I'm going to clone this file 2 times. I can do that. One for John, one for, again, you. You and John was sharing this, the resume, remember? And then we will let John do some changes and push to GitHub, and then let you pull it. And once, let's fetch it first, and let's see the difference. So what I will do, I need a terminal. I need to locate to my desktop, cd desktop. Now I'm on my desktop. The next, let's clone. Let's start with a cloning. So, well, we need a link from my resume. We need to get this code. But before I continue, I've got a question. What is GitHub desktop? I've seen that I've got a question from you. So the GitHub desktop. Well, that's an app, like Yusuf said. It's an app that you can install on your computer. And it's kind of a visual version of Git, sorry. So it's a little bit visualized. So that maybe you can download to your computer and you can try GitHub desktop. So you can just go and say GitHub desktop, then download it to your computer and test it. Let's see if that helps you. It's just an app, so you can open this in your GitHub desktop if you installed. Now, let's continue. We need a link first. I copy the link. So now I will clone this to my computer. I'm on the desktop. I'll say git clone and this one. Do first. Now it's cloned. Let me just move to here. But this time I will just change the name. Let's say it's the resume for John's folder. So that's the John's folder. Okay. John is editing in this. It's the same repo, but it belongs to the Johns. Okay. But I will do the same thing again. Git clone and do this again. But before I do that, I change the name it. I rename this. That's because if I just keep doing the second time, it gives the error, as there's already a folder called resume. But now I change the resume file. So I just run this once again. Now this is the resume folder for you. Resume, my resume. This is your resume. That's the resume for the John's computer. So that represents my computer. That represents the John's computer. Wow. So I can create 2 terminal tabs. So that's one. That is for me, let's say. So we need to get into my resume folder, cd my resume. So that's my computer. And that's John's computer. cd resume John. Okay, so this is the John's computer. This is my computer. We are working in the same repo. They're all same. How do I know? Git remote -w. Look, this is the link. Also, it has all the same link. Git remote -w. So we are on the same project. All right. But one is his computer, one is my computer. Now let John make a change in his folder and push it to the GitHub. Then let me pull it to my computer. But before pull, I will edit something that I will fetch before then pull. I will not use pull, but I will use fetch. Okay. All right. If you don't understand what I'm talking about in the presentation, if you just move back, or in here, we're talking about difference between fetch and pull. Okay. So in the previous slide, it says the pull is actually fetch and merge at the same time. So fetching it and then merging it. So like this. Fetching it, so pull is fetching first, then merging with your current changes. So I will demonstrate this.
Sorry, JB.
Yes.
Are we supposed to do it with you like along, because we
You
cannot
can listen.
right?
You know, you can. This is just an idea to give you an idea. What's the difference between fetch and pull? You don't have to follow along with me because I am going quite faster. That's really nothing to learn in here. So you know, pull, right? Just to pull the data. I'm just demonstrating it now. You don't have to follow along. Just listen, relax, grab some tea, coffee, water, biscuits. So just listen, it's better. But if you can follow, then that's fine. But sometimes when you follow, you miss the things. But now here is the idea. Sometimes look in the general picture is give you a way better understanding. It depends, of course. But anyway, yeah. All right. All right. So now again, just a recap. So I'm working on the same project. This folder has the same repo, and this folder also has the same repo. But that represents the John's computer, that represents my computer. Because John will make some changes and push to GitHub, I will pull the changes on my computer by using 2 different ways, fetch and pull. Okay, so the resume is our previous example. The John was editing our resume, right? So here is the John's computer. He's also working on the main branch. No worries. This time, just ignore the branch, please. Because now I don't want to make you more confused, because now we are trying to fetch and pull. But if you just include the branch as well, that might be quite hard to understand. It's still hard, I know. So to not make it more harder, here is just the main branch. We are all working on the main branch now, but different computers. Okay, so the John's resume. Well, John has the file already. Let John make some changes in this file. Okay, now I can't find what to change. But all right, John decided to put the year before the university. Okay, that's the change, what John did. Of course, we save the file, close it, and then, because now we have some changes there, git status, we can see that resume is modified. As in the Git workflow, we say git add dot, git add all, and then git commit -n, change the year in the experience. Move year to the beginning. Okay, that's the commit. The commit is in John's computer. My computer, I haven't received it because first the John should push it to the repo, as I think in this example. Okay, now John needs to push to GitHub, then I will pull it back, okay, or fetch. Okay, so let John push it to GitHub first. Git push -u origin main. It's pushed. However, now I'm switching the folders, so this is my computer now. But however, I don't have that changes yet. Let's open and see my resume, and no, the year is still here because I need to pull or fetch. So it was a good question to show the difference between fetch and pull. First of all, I will fetch, okay? We know the pull. If I run pull, it will automatically change my file, this one. It will automatically update my file. So the year should move to the beginning. But if I use fetch, let's try. Git fetch what? Git fetch remote or origin. Git pull origin main. Origin main. So I want to fetch main branch, okay? Let's run this command now. Okay. I don't know. We got some files, but let's see if it is here. It seems no. But I know I fetched, but I can't see the changes in here. But I know I fetched, right? I just fetch. Fetch means bring in. So I fetched the data. Why it is still my file? Because it haven't merged with my file. It is here on my computer, but it's not there. Look at what happened. That's my main branch. So, sorry, that's my main. I think I'm still seeing the origin, but now I have two branches here. If we just check, yeah, if you see that two branch here, it's been fetched, but not merged. Both of them here. So one of them is this, one of them is my current branch. So, but I have to merge them before to make it work. But
sorry, can you type git branch so we can see what the branches are listed?
Git branch. Okay, we have main. We have only one branch, but
okay.
For this one, let's say git status. Git status is also saying that my branch is behind one commit from the original one, but I fetched already to see that it's the fetch head and it's the origin main. Now, the next step is to merging it. So it's there, it's here, I fetched it, but I haven't merged it yet. I believe if I make a git commit from my file, then it's going to be merged to the our repo, because in here Let's see. Look, it's fetched and it's here. Not in my working directory, not in my staging area. It's in my Git repo. So if I git add and if I git commit, then it will be merged. Okay, is that clear? Because it's just fetched up until here, not through my working directory. It's just fetched here. So I can't see any changes there until I git add and git commit to here. Well, the fast and the secure way is pull to see the changes. Look, there's no changes yet here. There's no, the year is still here, not here. Let's try the pull and see it will be fetched and also merged. Git pull -u origin main. This time, okay, wait, we did something wrong. Because we are pulling, we don't need that -u, just git pull origin main. Now it's bring in, it's been already fetched, but also merged. Look, if you double click, you will see that year is at the beginning. It's now merged. It's fetched and merged, but previously, if you run just fetch, it's fetched, but not merged. I don't know if that makes sense.
So is it safe to say that in a real life scenario, you don't do much fetches?
I really, can I say this is my second or third fetch maybe?
Exactly, yeah.
So
Cool.
that's why I don't have any good practice in the fetch, because at the end we will merge it. So that's why I just pull it, it's automatically merged with my file, then it works fine. Instead of just fetching, it should be a special case that I should fetch and then wait. But at the end, I will merge it. I do it as I use pull, so I merge it. If I have a conflict, I fix it and I continue working it. So that was kind of a difference. But I hope that makes it more clear now. It's now two computers, and then one is pushing and the other is pulling. That's the thing. You have one change on your local computer, you push it and let somebody else know and let them pull it, make their change, push it, pull it. If you do the same change in the same line, there's a conflict, just merge it. Just fix the conflict and then merge it. And there you go. Well, in the next lesson, in the next GitHub lesson session, we are going to work a few more on how we usually collaborate together with pull requests. We will talk about the pull request in the next session, because in companies, we usually work in that scenario. So we will be demonstrating in a real world scenario a little bit that how we can fork a repo and how we make changes and how we can ask a pull request, how the manager is review the code, make comment, reject, or just confirm it. So we will be talking through about this pull request in the next lesson.